Hi there, this is Art and Such, and today my rainbow loom tutorial is of Fräulein Maria from The Sound of Music. I've used her black and cream outfit that she wears on the hilltop at the beginning of the movie. I don't have any cream, so I'm using white, but you can use a gray or you can alternate white and black bands. I haven't tried it that way. The white looks really nice, so we're gonna do that again in this video. I will show you how to make the bottom longer, and if you like that effect as seen in the thumbnail on the right, you can keep that. And I'm going to be using turquoise bands for the eyes. I have used beads of my original. For the hair, I'll be using a pale orange color. You might want to use gold or yellow, but this color works just fine. And black and skin tone. We will be making a belly extension and side extensions, and we are going to start with the arms. But let me first tell you that you will need your loom in the offset position with the middle row above the others. You're going to need 1 or 2 C-clips on hand, and you'll probably want to have a holding hook ready. So I've made one arm already, and I'll make the other with you. You're going to take a single skin tone band, wrap it 3 times around your hook, and we're going to put this onto 6 sets of double or 2 black bands. So stretch it on top of one, and we'll take another 2 bands, put it on the end, give a little tension, pull your bands over and replace, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will ask you to pause and make the other hand on your own, but everything else we will be doing together. So when you're ready, get your loom out, and you are going to take a single white band and bring it down from the top peg to the second peg. Again, from the second peg to the third peg. This is for our belly extension. On the left side, we're going to come down twice with single bands, and we're going to come down from our third peg to our fourth peg from either side with singles, and come down the middle with 2 single bands. We're going to cap this at the bottom. I should mention I like to give credit where I can when I have used an idea based off another designer, and this is an extension I got from Looming with Cheryl. I've been doing a lot of her stuff lately, her Ninja Turtle and her Snoopy and her Woodstock. She's got lots of great things, so check those out if you get a chance. We're going to do a triangle band from the third peg to the third peg and raise it above the third in the center, and I want to catch these ones in here too. So I'm going to come across this way and overlap it with an upside down triangle. And then we can loop up. So go under that cap band and take your top band upwards and upwards again, pushing back our triangles. So you're just bringing back the band that came from that top one. You'll go back under your capped band, bring your white band to the left and loop up. And loop up again. And then on the last side, we're going to go back under that bottom one and grab your bands coming up and go upwards. And we're just going to put this onto our hook. We're going to take our hook through the top 2 on the right, top 2 on the center over the cap band, and top 2 on the left, and pull it off. And this, when we put our body together, is going to go right over the chest there. So now we can start on our side extensions. And we're going to take double bands, again 2 bands at a time, and come down the loom 6 times. This is just on one side to start. And this is going to give our skirt some bulk. So just before we continue, if you want this bottom black piece to be as long as the white, then we will add another piece in black, and this will connect right at the bottom. So you don't have to do this piece, but you can. From here, what we're going to do is place double white bands coming down from the second peg on the left to the third peg in the center, and for every white covered peg below. So third to the fourth, or fourth left to the fifth in the center. We're just coming down diagonally. I'll put it over the black one there. And now we are going to take two blacks and place them right at the bottom. And now we can loop up. All of these horizontal bands are going to act as caps. So we can come underneath and lift up the two bands and just loop straight upwards. And you're going to go under all of your side horizontal caps or side bands and just loop to the top of the loom. I'm going to try and turn this down a little so I can show you on a steady surface here. Right. So I'm just looping straight up the one side, and then we'll make the other extension together as well. When you do get to the top, you can release all of your side pieces, or simply put your hook through the top, the bounce on the top peg, and pull this carefully off of your loom. We're going to make one more of these, and we're going to start again with 6 sets of double bands coming down the side. I'm going to do the left side again because we can always move the loops aside once this is off. Okay, and 6. We're going to do 2 blacks, and then starting from the second peg on the left, we'll be coming down with double bands again. And the last one is going to be a black. We'll use white here, and the very last one, black bands again. And we need to loop this up once more. I'm going to try and use the same hook here. Just keep my I like to try and keep my pieces together so I can find them when I'm ready to put them on. And once more, I'm looping up the side and getting under all of those side pieces. So just come up the left. And remove this from your loom. You can leave it on your hook. We can start on our body now with 3 pink bands for our neck, coming from our top center peg to our second peg on the center. We'll come down once from the second center to the second right with 2 black bands, and once down to the left with 2 black bands. And now we come down either side with 3 sets of double black. And on the right, match it up, come down from the shoulder 3 times with double black bands. In the middle, we'll do another 3 blacks. And these are going to be covered with our white piece, our white belly extension in just a little bit. I guess it's not really a belly extension, it's more like a chest extension, this one. And now we're going to use white bands and come down 6 times with double white bands. This is on each of the rows, so you can fast forward if you get these on faster than me. You want to end up right at the second, the third row from the bottom. So down to here, you'll have 1, 2, 3 pegs. And on the third peg, from the third peg to the second last peg, we're going to put a set of black. And then we'll go down the other side with whites to the same point. So until that third peg from the bottom of your loom, we have 6 sets coming down. And a pair of blacks. Now I'm not going to make shoes for her, we're going to let the skirt kind of cover everything. And let's come back to the center, we're going to fill it in with whites until the third peg from the bottom on that row. And this should be 6 sets of 2 again, 6 sets of doubles. And we're going to finish that with 1 more set of blacks. Now let's put our arms on the second peg from the top on the left and the second peg from the top on the right. Stretch it out and you're going to put all these loops on. We're ready to put a couple of cap bands on. We're going to need cap bands on our black, so we'll come across from our third peg to our third peg, raise our band up in a triangular formation over the third. We're going to do this twice underneath, so 4th to 4th and 5th to 5th. And we will put on our side extensions. So you're going to take the pieces that are on your hook and place them on your 5th peg from the top, so right where your white starts, and you'll see all of these little pieces sticking out. You'll take each set and pull it down to the peg below and up to the peg next to it, forming a little triangle. So the next 2 will go right underneath. We're going to keep stretching it downwards like so. If you did not add the black extension part, then you'll just stop when you get to the end of the white pieces. So this would be your last one, but we have added the black, and so we're going to take the last piece here, kind of twisting around here. We're going to pull this, you can pull all of it even onto, we're going to grab all of these pieces and pull it onto the bottom one, into the center. And we're going to repeat this on the other side. And the very same thing. Start on that 5th peg down, and each set of loops is going to be going onto the corresponding pegs below. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to stretch them out here. What I sometimes like to do is throw my cap on at the bottom first and do the bottom ones, and then come back and fill in the rest, but that can get a little bit tricky in its own way, so we're going to do this as we did the other side. And when you get to the black part, make sure that you get your last caps over the bottom black. Alright, I will see you back for part 2, where we will start to loop this up and get more of Fräulein Maria done.